Welcome to the Let's Get Vulnerable podcast. I have a very special guest with us here today, my good friend, the one and only Kathleen Cameron. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to Malibu, Morgan. I'm so excited to have you here. And I'm so excited. We've been talking about this for a long time.
Yeah.
Being on your podcast and you being on mine.
Yes.
So I'm so grateful I get to do that with you today.
This is amazing. Just even the trip here and then being in your home with you here. It is such a spiritual experience and it feels abundant. It just feels good and abundant.
Yes.
I'm so excited for you.
That's so good because that's the energy that I want to keep myself in, because when I'm in that state of being, it just calls on more of the same experience. So it's super intentional for sure. So I love that you feel that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So my audience needs to get to know you a bit. You have done some amazing things. And you started this work in 2019, which really isn't all that long ago. And you've done some incredible things in a short period of time. Can you tell us a little bit about your journey? Because you were in nursing before, and then here you are, queen of manifesting. Like, how did this happen? Tell us a little bit about your story.
It's so beautiful because it's only been 6 years since I got into this work. So I've only been studying the art of manifestation for 6 years. And so 6 years ago, I quit my nursing career, became an entrepreneur. I started branding myself on social media. So I was in network marketing, and it was like a side hustle. You know, we used to have these side hustles back then, and I really wanted it to be my main thing. And so I took a mindset course in 2019. It ended up being a program with Bob Proctor from the movie The Secret. And I started learning about law of attraction. And very, very quickly, I realized the more I went within and focused on me, and the more I started to understand myself and regulate myself, my belief systems, the way I felt about myself every day, the way I would move in the world, the outside world started to change. And it was like I would win competitions that I would say I was going to win. And then I would manifest amounts of money that I said I was going to manifest. And like I would say I want to be a best-selling author. And then the next day somebody would be like, hey, do you want to write a book write a chapter in my book? And then it went bestseller. And so I realized that the intentions I was setting, that it was starting to come forward for me and manifest. So then obviously I started teaching it. And then once I started to teach it and the embodiment became deeper within myself, I started to see other people win around me, and my mission grew. My vision, my reason for being grew. And so the more that I decided to want to serve others and help them to become their best, the more I became my best, the more I was elevated. And I realized that like the more I serve, the more I receive. And so I sit here like now today, you know, this is my second home now. I have a home in Ontario, Canada. So this is my second home. And I just recently got my second car. And I'm no longer a nurse. I do this full time. I own now, I think I'm owner on about 6 companies, invest in another 2. And, Diamond Academy, my coaching academy where we do all of the teachings, the retreats and everything. We're at just shy of 50 million in the past 5.5 years, I would say, since Diamond Academy has been not even 5.5 yet, actually. And so we've helped a lot of people and we've done a lot of beautiful things. And so I'm just super, super grateful, but it's the embodiment of this work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you're saying this, I'm thinking about how wealth and abundance and all these amazing accomplishments and your business, etc., it's all just a symptom of you and your energy, right? It's like the way that you show up.
Yes.
I just have to say this, Kathleen, because you know this. Anybody that sees you online, I feel like they might have the doubt of, is she really that happy? Is she really this embodied in abundance and positive energy and light? And I have to tell all the doubters out there that you really are that way in real life. You match up with how you show up online, which is real light, positive, abundant energy.
Yeah. It's truly about becoming the most authentic version of yourself, right? And when you do become that authenticity, you strip away a lot of the restrictions and limitations that
Mm-hmm.
keep you from being your true self, right? And it's almost like the limited beliefs and thoughts become a mask that you wear every day. So like the mask that I wore before was, believing that being in a plus size body was ugly, gross, and wrong, and that I was flawed in some way. And so then I walked around with this mask of being unworthy because of it. So once I stripped that away and went, well, wait a minute, is that true? Like, is that really my inherent, true, authentic self to believe I'm unworthy?
Mm-hmm.
To believe that carrying extra weight on my body is bad and ugly and wrong? Is that flaw really authentically me? And I realized no. And so like my whole life was trying to fix the flaw when all I had to do was remove the flaw from my consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
So I no longer believe that being plus size curvy is bad and wrong. It doesn't make me broken. It doesn't make me flawed. I actually think it's really beautiful. I just showed you some photos from a shoot that we did yesterday, and the parts of me in this photo shoot, the curves, I was like, man, I love them.
Yes.
But I had to convince myself they were good instead of being bad. And so the mask, the limited belief that was stripped away, it revealed the authenticity. And so the lightness, the positivity that shows through now in my everyday life is actually the real me without the heaviness, right? Like the heaviness of believing I'm less than.
Yes.
And just no longer buying it anymore.
I love it.
Yeah.
You and I overlap so much in how we think about identity. In that place of always coming back to beliefs and that full acceptance of yourself, and then stepping into that highest and best
Absolutely.
self. I love it. It's so important.
And identity is what I really, really love too, and this is a piece of the identity work that has meant so much to me, is that the identity, yes, we're talking about a concept in the mind. Like we're talking about how do I identify myself and how do I see myself? But most importantly, it's the emotional conception of that self, right? So what does it feel like to be me? So the old Kathleen, I call her Katie. I went by Katie as a young girl. And so Katie felt a certain way. She felt weak. She felt shy. She felt very like self-conscious and misunderstood. And so I created this new version of myself, which is my truth, that feels empowered, that feels like love and positivity and joy. And yes, abundant, wealthy, right? And so now I feel like her every day. I'm not trying to, I just am.
You embody it.
Yeah, I just embodied it. And so that's why like I don't have to try to be anybody else. I can just be myself. And that's actually like the easiest thing, is just to be yourself. It's effortless.
Yes.
But you only realize that when you stop trying to be something else and you realize just how hard that was.
So good. I want to come back to that. I have a question that I want to ask you. I was listening to your show. I love your show.
Oh, I'm so glad.
The Manifested podcast. So good. You said this question of what is the gift that you have for humanity, I think, or what is the wish that you have? What
is your dream for humanity?
What is your dream for humanity? Such a beautiful question.
I know. Isn't it so good?
What is your dream for humanity? What do you want?
Honestly, for humanity as a whole, I really want us to live together in peace and harmony, but to individually feel what it feels like to be free. And so I have this feeling of freedom, and sometimes limitations will come up or restrictions will come up, and I still work through them. So it's not a journey where you're like cured and now all of a sudden everything's okay. There's still going to be times where restriction or limitation in my thinking happens. But for the most part, I've experienced this freedom within myself in this human experience that is so beautiful that I want everybody to feel it. It's the freedom with self-love and acceptance. It's the freedom that comes from no longer being in fight or flight 24/7. It's the freedom from anxiety and depression. I had postpartum depression with my first daughter. I'm completely free of any of those types of thoughts. It's also financial freedom and freedom to go wherever you want, whenever you want to go there and do whatever. have multiple properties in different parts of the world. I really want people to experience that. So I don't want to say that I want the world to have my dream. But what I do desire for humanity is that each individual person gets to live the dream they want. And then I feel like when everybody's really living in that free place, we will be a freer, more peaceful society as a whole. So collective will essentially be changed once we all move into that direction, moving out of our own internal state of suffering.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful. And I love how in your work you acknowledge that it's not about the money. It's not about, okay, becoming a millionaire.
Yeah.
It's about who you become in that process that makes that money effortless and come to you. It's about the freedom of you being your authentic self.
Yeah.
Because I think so many people get caught up on, oh, I just want to make this money. I need to get this. And they don't do that inner identity shift. And I love that you and I align on this about how money is just a multiplier.
Oh, yes.
And I say the same thing about relationships, because we have the same things. Like our people in my people in my audience think that, oh, my life's going to be perfect once I get that relationship. I'm going to be worthy once I get that relationship.
No, but that relationship's going to show you where you need healing the most.
And same with money.
Will do the same thing.
It's the same thing with money.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like what we actually seek in life. So people will come to me to seek money. People will come to you to seek help with their relationships, right?
Yeah.
But what we're actually seeking is wholeness and fulfillment. And we think that the relationship or the money is going to be the thing that's going to give us the wholeness or the fulfillment. But what they very quickly find out with working with either of us is let's create the idea and the feeling of wholeness in our consciousness now. Because once we have that, we're not dependent upon external things to make our life good. So me right now, I have a lot of money in my life. I have a lot of wealth and prosperity and abundance. And I know that this is my reality forever till the end of time because I know how to create it. But in the event that it were to go away tomorrow, I'm still going to be positive, loving, caring, authentic, beautiful version of myself that loves life, even if the money's not there.
Yeah.
So I think if we're going to seek something to fill a gap, to fill a void, the moment that thing leaves, you're going to be left again without the healing, with the wounding still present. So,
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's so the same because, and I always tell people when you are wanting that relationship to fill the void and you're wanting it to make you good enough, that's when we start doing weird things with our relationships. We're clingy, we're pushing away the people that could fill. The same with money, right? It's like, so then it's the paradox, right? It's like you have to know you are enough.
Yeah.
And then in the attracting of it, that's how it gets to come easily.
Yeah. And one of the things I actually learned from you, which was really, really beautiful, is the art of anytime something shows up for me in a relationship now, I actually look and I say, okay, instead of saying, okay, this is the person, like this person is doing this person won't experience this in this way or whatever, making the person I'm dating wrong. I go within and go, oh, okay, so what is this showing me about myself? Like, where am I seeking something from this person that I'm saying they're not giving to me? And how can I go within and give it to myself first? Create that safe, secure version of me within so that whether you give me this or not, I'm going to be okay without it. But when I'm trying to get it from you, it's like this attachment, this place where like, I need you to do this for me because I need something. And then it becomes very like transactional almost. So that was one of the things in your program and at your retreat that I really learned how to do is to be like, okay, wait a minute. What is this teaching me about me?
Yes.
And how can I create that inner sense of safety and security first, that wholeness?
Yes.
And like it changes everything too. When you do that, your outside world will change. And I actually find like the outer relationship will actually change and the way that the person shows up changes. Because when you're in that needy energy, I need something from you, it's repelling. But when you go back within yourself and you go into that inner sense of safety and wholeness, you're suddenly very attractive because you're not needy.
Yes.
So just in terms of energy too, that was something I noticed as well.
I love it.
I would do that, like move back inside.
It's so powerful. It's that you're teaching yourself that you can trust yourself, that you've got you, you can show up for you.
Yeah.
It's so, so
That's
powerful.
beautiful.
Yeah. I have been really fortunate to get to see you grow and see so many shifts in you. And you just seem more secure than ever, which I love, obviously.
Yeah. I think was it a year ago? No, a year and a half ago. We were at your retreat, I think.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And just a little bit of background because I was in a 17-year relationship. So when I first started in the manifestation world and launched my business, I was married with my 2 daughters, living in a house with my husband. And so over the course of my manifestation journey, we separated. And so I became single in 2022. I was 40. Anyway, became single at 40. And then in 2023, I started working with Morgan in one of her courses. I can't remember the name.
Empowered, secure, loved.
Yes, empowered, secure, loved. I started working with Morgan in that program. And then I went to her retreat. And then I've done one-on-one coaching with you as well.
Yes.
And so this journey I have found being single again, especially in this work, when you think that your consciousness has elevated, like I built a multi-million-dollar business and I fell back in love with myself and like my whole world changed. Then I became single and I was like, okay, there is some wounding in there. There's some healing. There's some room for growth. So, I'm someone that always wants to grow and get better. And you were just such a pivotal part of that for me, and now it's been 3 years since my separation and I feel so much more secure, in myself because of the work that I've done with you. And so I just want people to know,
I receive that.
I manifested her into my life. At the most
you are the ideal client. I mean, it's like you give you something, you're gonna go.
Oh yeah, I would do it. Yeah.
If our listeners could take something from how you approach your own growth, I would say it's that you're always a student.
Yes,
no
always.
matter how much you've done, you're always open to feedback. You're gonna take things in, and then you're gonna put action.
Oh yeah.
real quick. You're like, you tell me that, I'm gonna go work on it tomorrow, or I'm gonna go work on it tonight. Like you take fast action.
Every
Kathleen.
mentor I've ever had has actually said that to me, how coachable I am.
Yep.
And so like if I'm going to hire somebody, whether it's a course, a program, a retreat, one-on-one coaching, whatever it is, if I'm going to hire you, I'm going to listen to you.
I love it.
Even if it's uncomfortable, like even if it's like, oh, I don't want to do that, I'm still just going to do it and give it a try. I know you had me write a letter once and I was like, oh man, I don't want to do that, but I did it.
Yes.
And it was very, very healing. And so,
yes.
This is why mentorship is so impactful and it's so powerful because it gives you an opportunity to do things that you maybe would avoid or you don't want to face or you don't want to look at, to allow yourself to call in a new experience into your life. And
there's always stories that we have in different areas of our lives, right? Like you may have stories about relationships, stories about money, career, etc., your health. And I think it's so worthwhile to just say, well, of course, I need to work on all these areas so that they're all in alignment. They're all moving up to my highest and best self.
Yeah.
But I love how willing you've always been to do the work and be vulnerable. Okay, I want to ask you something that I think is really important for the person who is kind of stuck. And they're seeing you and I and they're like, oh yeah, they could do it.
Yeah.
Not me though.
Yeah.
They're really thinking it's not possible for them and they're stuck. They don't know what to do. What would be some of the first things you would tell them to start shifting?
I think the first thing is truly, truly becoming aware of yourself. That self-awareness piece is huge. And to sit back and just become an observer of yourself, right? So I really didn't know myself before this work. Like the version of myself that I was just kind of existing and being. And I thought that life was just kind of happening around me. But once I started to observe my thinking, especially like looking in the mirror. What do I say to myself when I look in the mirror? Or what do I say before the job interview? Am I like pumping myself up or am I like, oh God, Kathleen, you look awful. You're not going to get this job. Like, so I started to observe it. And then I started to ask the question, like, who am I? And like, how would I identify myself? And like, what are my strengths and what are my weaknesses? And like, when I started to look at all those things, I started to realize, wow, I do not think very highly of myself. Like, I don't think I'm good at a lot. And like, I don't take a lot of risks. And, I was speaking very negatively about myself. And so what I realized is like, I'm creating this life based on the way I think about myself. And so, of course, I'm not going to go out here and be bold and daring and brave and take risks and make big decisions if I don't think I'm worthy of it anyways, if I don't think I can do it anyways, if I don't think I'm good enough. So the self-awareness piece is huge. And some people lack the awareness so much that they don't even know what they want in life. So that would be my next thing, would be to say, well, what do you actually want? Like, if you're sitting here today and you're listening to this podcast episode and you know there's more for you in your life and you're not exactly sure, start asking yourself what that would be, and to think from possibility. Because most of us think from limitation. So we think from, well, I don't know enough. So because I don't know enough, what do I think I could do? Because I don't have enough, what do I think I could do? You know? And so I just remove all of that. If any and all things are possible, what would I love? Like, if I had a magic wand or a crystal ball, look at this crystal ball here in the middle. Like, if I had all of that, what would I love for my life? And when I started thinking like that, like, people thought I was a lunatic. They thought I was crazy because I started thinking about millions of dollars, being out on yachts, multiple properties across the world. I started thinking about like my G-Wagon, and like, I started thinking about like global impact and what that would look like. And when I started to think from that potentiality and possibility is where I started to realize, okay, I would love this, but I only think I'm capable of this. And so all I had to do was just be like, Kathleen, come on. And I convinced myself I'm capable and worthy and important enough for this. So it was like elevating the identity to match the dream state. So I think the first thing is to become self-aware. The second thing is to really allow yourself to dream. And then really get real about like, okay, so if I can have that dream and all I have to do is believe in myself, am I willing to do it?
Absolutely.
And like, I'm willing to believe in myself no matter what.
I love it. I love it. And wouldn't you say that too many people are beating themselves up about not taking action when in reality it's just that they haven't increased their identity?
Yes. This is so beautiful, because the way in which you see yourself and judge yourself determines the outcome of what's going to come next in your life. So from a creation standpoint and a manifestation standpoint, we want to match the experience we would love, not the experience we're having, right? So I want to manifest this, but I'm seeing this, I'm observing this. So vibrationally, I need to match where I want to go, not where I think I am. So most people are walking around with, it's taken me too long, I haven't done it yet, I'm not good enough, I don't know enough, I'm not pretty enough, I got to lose weight first. Or they're feeling like they're not successful yet, or they failed. So that energy, that feeling, that identity of like, I'm not good enough, I'm not successful yet, it doesn't match where you want to go. It doesn't match the experience you want to have. So I really teach people to actually start to see how their life is incredible. How grateful they are, to move into a state of pleasure for yourself, to fall in love with yourself, to see all your strengths, not your weaknesses. Like, we can grow from being aware of our weaknesses, but we can't live in them. We can't believe that this is our truth. So it's about saying, okay, so maybe it didn't happen in the time that I thought it would happen, but it's still happening. And look at me, I'm still going. I'm resilient. So it's about shifting and starting to see yourself in the best possible light that you can, because that's what matches the dream state, the manifested state.
And then wouldn't you say that once we make those internal shifts, then the actions, the behaviors, all of those things come naturally?
Natural. Yes.
It's just a byproduct. It just happens.
Yes, it's a law of expression, right? So I love this idea that it is effortless to be the new version of you once you believe it. So all of my life, I was trying to be a healthy woman by doing unhealthy things. But I would like starve myself or force myself to go to the gym. And I used things like motivation and discipline to force myself to do an action that was not natural for me. So I hate working out, but I'm going to force myself to do it because I think that's what I need to do. So I've just went back and I went, no. Okay, wait a minute. Like, if I'm really going to manifest being my healthiest version, I'm going to go back and I'm going to actually decide to like the gym. I'm going to change the belief. So I went way back into my belief system and said, no, I actually like this. I like exercising. I love working out. I love taking care of my body. I love eating nutritious food. And so I reprogrammed those ideas. Now I'm like, let's go for a morning walk tomorrow morning. Let's get a salad for lunch today. And so it's natural. It's effortless because it's automatically now who I'm being. So instead of trying to force myself to do that, I'm going to naturally become it by reprogramming the subconscious mind. And I did that with wealth beliefs, with business beliefs. I've done it with the self, with body image, with relationships, health and beauty, everything.
I love it so much.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
And I think, especially body image for women. Oh my gosh. I mean, from a very young age, we are just taught that that is our worth, that's how we're defined. I mean, I don't know about you, but I remember my dad, even as a young girl, I mean, anytime he was talking about any woman that we knew, the first thing he would talk about was her appearance.
Yes.
And, oh, she gained weight, or, oh, and I just know from a very young age, I took in the belief that your worth is defined by your body. And just like you, I did some terrible things to my health in my 20s, trying to be skinny. And I used to believe, oh, when I'm a size 6, then I'll get that guy that I have the crush on. I just got to keep walking on this treadmill for 3 hours a day. Then I'll get that. And it was that conditional worthiness.
But what's so interesting, especially when it comes to dating, so this is a beautiful example for you. Before I loved my body and I had this belief that it was flawed or broken, I didn't get a lot of male attention. Okay. So I didn't think I was beautiful. I didn't think I was desirable or attractive. And so because of the belief that I held about my body, that it was wrong and broken and flawed, the world responded.
Yes.
So the rest of the world literally just gave me back what I was putting out, which was, yeah, we're not that attracted to her, or she's not, I wasn't out there. Then I get into this work and I start studying, and then I'm single in 2022 and I start loving my body. So now I'm walking out in the world going, man, I'm so beautiful. I love my curves. Like, I'm so sexy. And like, I convinced myself that I was this version of me. And it's been a completely different reaction, like completely different reaction. And so I believed before that men did not like plus size women. Boy, was I ever wrong. They just weren't liking me because I didn't like me.
Yes, that's so true.
Now I see that, like, there is a lot of people that love women in a curvier body. It's very, very, very sexy. And so I was just turning myself off of that by not believing in it. Belief is everything.
Yes.
Is everything.
I so relate to you on this, and just how healing it is to repair that relationship with your body and start to celebrate your body.
Yeah.
And, myself being able to do that. And I think for me, honestly, having a husband now, it's so weird to call him my husband. So we're so newly married. But having a man in my life, it has been a corrective experience for someone that is like, I love you. I love your curves. He's seen my body fluctuate, whatever.
Yeah.
It's not conditional, right? And I think that's also helped me deeply heal those parts. But I love how open you are about that journey.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Always.
It's so important.
I'm always open about everything, because the journey hasn't just been about money. Like, I think a lot of people see the wealth and the business growth and success, and that's what they initially want to learn from me about. That's kind of like the ploy that brings them into my world. But then once they get here, they realize it's so much more. It's about self-love and authenticity, and it's about really tapping into the best version of myself.
Yeah.
And the lighter I allow myself to be and the brighter I allow myself to be, like, the greater impact I'm making on the world.
Absolutely.
So it's not about getting something, it's about giving, and knowing, like, the more I give, the more I receive. And so, like, authenticity is key for me. It always has been, but vulnerability too. And I think the more vulnerable we can be with each other and be honest and share our own personal stories, the more we impact people. So if people feel like they can't relate to me, they're not going to be able to listen to what I have to say. So I just want to make sure. I always say this, and people try to correct me when I say it, but I always say, I'm like, I'm just like everybody else. Like, I'm an average woman. And then they go, but you're not. Like, oh, don't say that. I'm like, no, but what I mean is like, whatever I can do or experience or have or be, you can too. And there's nothing, the only thing that's keeping you from that is the beliefs that you have about your ability to have it. And so I'm just trying to get people to relate to me.
Yes.
Because when you can relate, then it's more likely to occur for you.
I love it. Yeah. I love it. So people who are listening who would want to work with you, can you tell us, like, how would somebody join your world?
Yeah. So most people tend to find us off the podcast or the YouTube channel, which is Kathleen Cameron Manifests or the Manifested Podcast. And then we have several opportunities and beautiful things going on. Our House of Manifestation is going to go through a whole rebrand. That's a beautiful community people can join of like-minded individuals that want to focus on manifestation. And then my signature program is my millionaire program. It's created several millionaires out in the world. And we've had over 1,000 people actually be involved in that program. It's a healing, transformative journey, and it allows people to tap into their millionaire identity. That's why I called it millionaire. You know, the moment you sign up for the course, you're adopting that identity, right? You're allowing that to be a possibility for you. And then I teach you how to make it a knowing and certainty in your consciousness, and then it happens. So yeah, those are probably like the most
Beautiful.
popular ways.
I love that. We'll put that in the show notes for sure. I have some questions for you, things that I've wanted to ask you.
Yeah, okay.
So one of them is you knew Bob Proctor. And I've seen clips of the two of you together, and he's no longer with us.
Yeah.
But he is, I mean, such a wonderful, impactful human being. What was it like for you to be in his presence and learn from him?
Yeah, it was beautiful. I always say like that man and his light, it changed my whole world. So I'll forever be so grateful for him. But I don't think anything was by coincidence or by accident. I think everything is very divine. And so me coming into his life in the last 2 years of his life was almost by design. You know, I got to learn from him in a very close way and develop a friendship with him. Which I definitely manifested. You know, I set that intention. I'm going to be friends with Bob Proctor, and it ended up happening. But also, I think he was able to have an opportunity to pass on some of this to me before he left. You know, and in a way that the world needs now with the feminine. So I truly believe, you know, he's come to me since his passing, and the message that has come through in several different psychics and channelers and mediums that he's come through have always said this. They've all say the same thing. Kathleen, you got to continue this legacy, this work, but in your way, in the feminine way, right? And to not try to teach it the way he did or be the way he was, but to teach it in a way that I know that the world means and intuitively and that I'm guided towards. So I stay really true to that, to the spiritual side. I stay true to the feminine side, and bringing it in with the masculine. But he was an absolutely incredible man, and he spent a lot of years in this work, and like he really, really knew what he was talking about, and I listened to him. And, you know, he said one time we did an interview, it's somewhere on my YouTube channel. And he said to people, just do whatever Kathleen tells you to do. And I was like, oh gosh, Bob, because he used to say that. He used to say, just do whatever I tell you to do. Just listen to me and just do it. But I would do it. Like, I would be like, yes. And I would be like, yeah. Oh, you want me to do what? Yeah, I'll do it. He'll be like, take my course for $25,000 and pay in full. And I'd be like, yes, you know, and I did it. And it led me to multiple more millions of dollars. But those uncomfortable things I would do. But then when he said it to people, do whatever Kathleen tells you to do. At first I was like, oh, because I wasn't so sure. Like, do I have it? Can I do what he's done for me? Like, can people trust me in that same way? Like I trusted him to do it. And like after that, it allowed me to see that, yes, like, if you do what I tell you to do, if you truly trust me and you listen, I will help you change your own life. I won't do it for you, but I'll help you. Like, you've got to change your own reality.
He believed in you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And now you get to pass that belief on to other people.
Yeah. And I really knew that I was doing something different because he used to give out books with your name on it. So I have several different books, and I have one of his books, You Were Born Rich, and it has my name engraved on the top of it. And he wrote inside. And he used to write all the time, best wishes, Bob Proctor. But when I opened my book, it said, you have earned my admiration, Bob Proctor. And so when I read that, I just sat back and went like, holy cow. For me to have earned admiration of someone that's been in this business for 60 years, who has embodied this, who has taught world leaders this information. Like, I mean, he's 2 million subscribers on his YouTube channel. He's been on Larry King Live and Ellen DeGeneres. Like, he was in the movie The Secret. For someone like that to write that to me, it had me just reflect and go like, maybe I don't fully believe in myself like I could, you know? And so like him writing that just had me realize that there was even a higher way in which I could identify myself and see myself in this world.
Beautiful.
And it just, it's a beautiful reflection, right?
We need those mentors that believe in us.
Oh,
we need them. We need them.
Yes.
It's so beautiful.
They give you a place to see yourself as, right? So I always say, I'm going to see your best. I'm going to see that elevated version of you. I'm going to see where you can't quite see, and I'll hold it for you until you see it for yourself. Until you get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay. My next question for you. Yeah. You give a lot. You are of service. You do. I know this about you. You really show up for the people in your life and your community. What is your why? What motivates you to keep going?
Yeah. I think at the beginning, I was very, very motivated and driven by being successful so that I could be worthy. So there was this belief in my life that I was less than. And so I always wanted to kind of measure up. So I'd get another degree, or I'd get another job promotion, or I would get a couple of letters next to my name, another certification to check off the box of like, okay, Kathleen, you're finally good enough, right? But after I achieved all of this and made millions of dollars in this big business and was on a billboard in Times Square and best-selling author, all this kind of stuff, I sat back and I went, well, okay, that those things still aren't making me worthy. Like those things still aren't making me good enough or finally measure up. So like, what is it? Like, what is going to be the thing that's going to finally make me good enough? And I remember one day sitting there and I went, oh my gosh, it's just me. Like, it's not anybody else.
Yeah.
It's not the outside world telling me I'm worthy or I'm good enough. It's me, and it's been me all along. Yeah. And so the moment that I dropped that and was like, oh my gosh, I am more than worthy. I am more than good enough. Like, I can stop this right now if I want to. Yep. I could literally stop achieving tomorrow because I'm good. I'm worthy. All of a sudden it shifted to, I just want to help people.
Beautiful.
I just want you to be your best. I just want you to achieve your dream life. I want you to find that man of your dreams. I want you to make the 100 grand. I want you to move into your dream home. Yeah. And so now it's the spiritual currency from helping others. So it's not my ego trying to help you so that I feel good. It's not my ego trying to please you so that I feel happy. Yeah. Now it's just plain happiness, love, joy, excitement from somebody winning, and I get to celebrate that win with them. So it is different now than what it used to be. It used to be about achieving for me, but now it's like, for the love of it. Yeah. And whenever anybody messages me and they DM me, I save them all. I have a folder in my phone of like every screenshot of almost everything. And the response I always give them, so if anybody's listening to this, they're going to know exactly what I say. I say, oh my gosh, that makes me so happy. Yeah. Your win makes me happy.
I love it.
That's just, the truth of it now is I just want to help more people win.
I so relate to this whole journey and getting to that spiritual side where you realize, the ultimate fulfillment is service. Cause I used to have this thing of like, okay, I'm just going to like grow this business and I'll, have a few million in the bank and then I'll just go sit on an island and I'm going to totally disappear. Oh. I had that thought in the beginning of my entrepreneurship journey.
Sure, me too.
Like year one, it was like, can't wait till I'm retired. And then now I go, oh my God, that would be horrible. Oh, I love what I do. I love helping people
for the rest of my existence.
It's the fulfillment of service. Yeah. It's being in alignment with your path.
Yeah. And that's why Bob taught till the day he died.
It's beautiful.
Because he was in that service place. It's what made him happy.
I feel the
help other
same
people
way.
be
I
happy.
really do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally get it. It's beautiful.
This is why we get along so well.
I know. So I have a couple other questions for you. I could talk to you for hours, but I have these ones that have been on my mind. What are you most excited about now? What's next for you?
What I'm most excited for, honestly, is the day where most people speak about manifestation as a real, serious, powerful way of living their life, and where it is totally normalized. So the conversation at the table is about how can we go help this person to become their best, and how can we get together and do this together? You know, I still sit at restaurants and I sit with my group. We talk about like, how can we get better and how can we grow and all that. And we talk about how much we love our lives and everything. But we still hear at the table over this person upset about this, angry about this, complaining about this, talking about all the parts of their life that suck and stuff like that. And we hear conflict, and we hear, conversations about disease and war and pain and displeasure. And so for me, I am so excited for the day where we go to a restaurant and all of the conversations are positive in nature, and all the conversations are about collaboration and peace and love. And like, people get together and they want to talk about how we can help other people today. You know, to me, that's what's next, because I do believe that myself and all the individuals that I've called into this journey with me, we're all meant to do this together. We're all meant to help raise collective consciousness in our way for the people we're meant to serve. So
that's so beautiful.
And all the other coaches out there, all the other motivational speakers, all the other wealth coaches and teachers and personal growth and development, we're all meant to do this together. We're not meant to do this in silos. And so I'm really understanding that, like, we're not in competition, we're in collaboration.
Beautiful.
And that's why, like, when we come on and we're doing this right now, we're doing each other's podcasts in one sitting, and we're talking about how each other has helped each other. And I think in the coaching industry, sometimes we don't necessarily want to do that. We don't want to say who's coached or mentored us or who's helped us and served us, because we think there's some sort of competitive nature. But I've realized it's about our combined impact.
Absolutely.
That's the most powerful thing we can do as mentors in this space, is to come together and raise collective.
So beautiful.
In harmony.
There's room for everyone. You know?
Oh yeah. More than enough.
Yes.
We need more of us out here.
We do.
Yeah.
So the person who's listening, who has been struggling, and maybe they're just really stuck in some negative patterns, maybe they're struggling to get out of bed. Maybe they're overwhelmed by 2025. I'm like you. I don't really tune into the news or like the negative stuff. I stay in my positive circle. But there's a lot of people that have said that 2025 is worst year of their life, that they're totally overwhelmed.
Yeah.
What would be like the first thing you would have them do?
The first thing that I would have you do, honestly, would be to remind yourself how to dream again. Because when life gets really loud and it gets really dark, you get so caught up with the appearance of things that we lose sight of the dream state.
Yeah.
And so manifestation is essentially creation. Manifestation is idea into physical form. It's literally like creating your own life. And so most people are so caught up in observing their life and reacting to the observed world that they're creating that.
Yeah.
So I want you to just start to dream. I know it sounds wild and crazy. You know, you're maybe having a bad year and you're stressed and you're overwhelmed. You have no money. Maybe you're going through a breakup. Maybe you have disease or illness. The physicians are telling you that's what you have. I want you to start dreaming about what you would love. So that pain-free state, that disease-free state, that health state, that beautiful, loving, caring family dynamic, that big bank account, that place where you love yourself. Because once you start dreaming of it, that's when you're actually starting to manifest it. And then the more you dream about it, the more you believe in it, the more you can call it into reality. We just had a beautiful member of my Diamond Academy family. We say Diamond Academy family, anyone who's ever taken a course or program is part of our family. And when she actually found me, she was suicidal and didn't want to leave her house, didn't even want to live another day. And in less than 6 months, those tears of sorrow turned into tears of happiness.
Beautiful.
And she is so in love with herself and in love with her life that she can't even believe that she thought about leaving this life. And nothing in her outside world changed. Everything in her inner world changed. So I got her dreaming again. I give that example because it was dreaming about the light that got her out of the dark.
That's so beautiful. Yeah. And I think everyone needs to remember that, how powerful our inner worlds are. To go there. Yeah, it's so beautiful. Awesome. I love this conversation. I could chat with you for hours. Thank you so much for coming on the show. I have one final question for you. I ask all my guests this. Okay, you're walking down the street.
Yes.
A random person comes up to you and they say, "What is your best life advice of the moment?" What would you say to them?
My best life advice?
Yeah, today, if this happened, like what would be the life advice you would say?
Oh my gosh. I would probably say to be so incredibly grateful for every single breath that you have.
That's beautiful.
Because if you're not in gratitude, you're in displeasure. And so gratitude it's your connection to source. It's your connection to God. So, to be grateful for every single breath that you have, it will actually make your life so expansive and so big and so vast and so great. You can't convince me this isn't an incredible world because I've convinced myself it is, in the way that I live every day. So that'd probably be my best life advice.
That's so beautiful. Yeah. I love it. Thank you for sharing your light and your gifts with my audience. And obviously we'll have everything in the show notes so you can connect with Kathleen. All the links will be in the show notes. I'm just so grateful to know you and be your friend and to have worked with you.
Me too. It's been beautiful. Thanks for having me.
And of course, everyone, we are wishing you high self-worth and great relationships. I'll talk to you soon.